Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Muhammad Zulhakimi bin Arazmi. Today, I will present about the introduction of Sime Darby Berhad. Sime Darby Berhad was established since 1910 by William Middle Sime, Henry D. Esther Darby, and Herbert Mulford Darby. This company operated in 19 other countries and has more than 20,000 employees in various fields, especially under their four core business, which is industrial, motors, healthcare, and logistics. Other than that, they also involved in CSR activities like others company, but through one of their philanthropic arms, which is Yayasan Sime Darby, or known as YSD. For your information, YSD was founded in June 1982 and spent more than 600 million ringgit Malaysia to help those in needs based on their 5 pillars of CSR activities, namely education, environment, community and health, sports, and lastly, arts and culture. I will pass to the next presenter.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nolena Afika binti Abdul Rahim, going to talk about the CSR activities of Sime Darby Berhad through the YSD, or known as Yayasan Sime Darby. As we know, we have 5 pillars of YSD, and the first and foremost pillar is education. The first CSR activities are under the education pillar is YSD has launched its first e-learning portal as an initiative aimed at broadening the perspective of its scholars through lifelong learning in the post-COVID-19 eras. This YSD TRIF has been introduced in August 2020 for a development program for YSD excellent scholar that includes soft skill training, high potential mentorship, industrial internship, and moreover. By having this, it gives an advantage to having the utilizing technological advancement to the Sime Darby learners. This means it will also help to build the scholar confidence and prepare them for the real life situation. Not only that, but utilizing the YSD e-learning platform also will improve their credential and employability by providing them with the required site information and certificate, including Berhad and soft skill for their future job. In sum, the YSD has provided 300.5 million into the scholarship and bursary, especially to the young Malaysian and from middle to low income household. The next activity YSD has provided the second chance TVET education to Asnaf and Tafiz students, where this foundation is contributing around 2 million to the Welding Institute, or known as TWI. Generally, this program is launched to assist Asnaf and Tafiz students who do not have SPM certificate or who had bad SPM result to obtain a quality tertiary education and assure job placement after graduation. It also allows the student to work abroad in the future to gain more valuable exposure and experience. With the help of the Minister of Higher Education, YSD has supported 1,030 impoverished students in pursuing TVET certification through the YSD Skill Enrichment Program since 2011. The second pillar of CSR activity is sport, where at the end of 2020, Malaysia Cricket has been collaborating with Yayasan Sime Darby as a recipient of 4.6 million underneath the YSD sponsorship scheme for cricket development. The purpose of this sponsorship is to improve the cricket Adiwira program as well as the women development program. By having this sponsorship, it allows all children regardless of socio-economic background to play cricket under the Cricket Adiwira program. In the meantime, to create a generation who believe in and uphold unity in diversity while gaining a sense of pride as a Malaysian athlete. On the other hand, as for women teams, Malaysian cricket's girls' development is aimed at allowing them to exhibit their talent on an international level. In brief, this collaboration will help to drive the expansion of cricket in Malaysia, as well as motivate others to participate in order to help the sport grow even more globally. The next CSR activity or sport is the SYDIC with the term of Help a Person Change the World, which offer team a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to fine-tune their prototype by working with target area for a year to put their idea into action. by having this kind of competition, it gives inspiration to the young people to become caring citizens who are linked to their communities and environment. Where we can see where the team that presented their prototype mostly give a benefit to the community and can be used. Lastly, SDYIC is an effort to give STEM training in school and to transition Malaysian young from digital user to digital producer in the digital economy. This means the total of the foundation has cost 4.68 million to SDYC. By that, the initiative has reached over 11,438 for the secondary school student, undergraduate student, school teacher, and some Darby innovation officer in partnership with Chumbaka. And that's all from me, and I'm going to pass to the next presenter.
Assalamualaikum and hi, I am Najia Alia binti Nur Azmi and I will explain the next pillars for CSR activities, which is environment. YSD is committed to preservation of environmental, seascape, landscape, endangered species and its habitat. Due to that, YSD supports global calls to overcome the loss of biodiversity, which are wildlife habitat rehabilitation and preservation of endangered species such as orangutan in Borneo and elephants in Peninsular Malaysia. Due to that, YSD planted over 1.5 million trees in conservation zone, collaborating with Sabah Forestry Department by planting around 300,000 trees for orangutans habitat and more than 750,000 trees planted along Lower Kinabatangan River, which is a pathway for Bornean fauna. Management Ecology of Malaysia in Elephants collaborated with SMW Plantation to address human-elephant conflict. Moreover, YSD sponsored RM2.5 million to Malaysian Zoological Society to support 83 mammals and birds that facing extinction under IUCN Red List. It covers food, medical maintenance, including allowances for the animal keepers. This kind of CSR activities will educate public and increase awareness to protect endangered habitat and wildlife. Furthermore, I will explain about community and health. YSD fosters community-based programs and long-term projects, also promotes research and advocacy activities to upgrade health and community. YSD has contributed around RM3.2 million to the Greater Klang Valley Special Task Force with that amount of contribution in August 2021. YSD supplied 20 cars, respiratory assistance such as oxygen tanks, ventilators and concentrators to the public hospitals and COVID-19 assessment centers CSC. And also they provided allowances and equipment for volunteers and frontliners. For community, YSD making a collaboration with Women's Aid Organization WAO with a commitment until 2022 with RM2 million. The funds used to push gender equality by banning gender discrimination and advocating for laws enacted to combat sexual harassment legislation. Moreover, YSD also established female leaders who have worked with them on variety of CSR programs. One of the event entitled Women in Leadership, Achieving an Equal Future in a COVID-19 World, which the program honored the great efforts of women and girls in the community. This shows that YSD prioritized health and community by held those activities. Last but not least is arts and culture. YSDAF exhibit malicious varieties of arts such as music, dances team, live art and everything in between. Due to COVID-19, as we know, YSDAF has delayed festival finale which it should be held in August 2020 but need to be extended later to a new date. However, YSDAF launched its pre-festival activity with Malaysia Cook team. Few years back, YSDAF promotes Malaysia's artistic sector that focus in Malaysia history, which has given nearly 1.3 million people access to the arts through many types of events. YSDAF also making collaboration with Kuala Lumpur Performing Arts Centre KLPAC and also work with ASK Dance Company as an incubator for local dance abilities and protect traditional dances, as well as providing capacity building for emerging artists in collaboration with the 5 Arts Centre. Applications for one-time arts and culture sponsorship are still being accepted by YSD to ensure the long-term viability of our arts industry. And some projects might be delayed now, but later it can be proceeded with standard operation procedures SOP that can be followed. So I will pass to the next presenter.
Hi, my name is Nur Elida binti Abu Hussein, and I will explain about the SWOT analysis that typically identified in every organization, especially Sime Darby Berhad. Firstly, let's take a look at their strengths. The first strength that have been identified is lies on their marketing factor, where they have the best market leadership position. As we know, during months of isolation in 2020, Sime Darby Oil has been able to speed the promotion of their product Alif cooking oils despite of pandemic that still happen in our society. They have increased its market share in the hypermarket that channeled to 36.8%, gaining second place in the Malaysian, leaving other brands that compete in the same industry. Their Natural and Eli's Nutraceutics all brands also successfully increased its market penetration in Malaysia healthcare industry, spanning 350 general practitioner clinics, 10 hospitals and 125 local pharmacies. Next, in form of production, they are one of the best brand that has strong brand recognition. Sime Darby Oil received an overall score of 82.1% in their most recent global customer survey, which solicited feedback from customers on a variety of topics, including their services, products, and the way they deliver to customers. Customers also assess their sustainability performance as great and good in 98% cases. Next, in form of finance, they have high margins that we cannot deny. These can be proved where at the end of the year 2020, Sime Darby Oil focused on growing higher margin value by increase their customized product portfolio in partnership with their innovation centers. As a result, they raised actual sales of certified sustainable palm oil by 19%, as what has been stated in their annual report 2020. Despite of the strength that they have, this particular company also have weaknesses in form of their production, where the Sime Darby plantation is particularly exposed to unpredictability, changing weather patterns, which could result in lower fresh fruit bunch yields. This is because Sime Darby produced variety of products where they included those extraction of oils and fats, manufacture of oleochemicals, biodiesel, and the manufacture of other palm oil derivatives that definitely could bring harm to nature due to the fact that they have huge production in a day. Next, loyalty among suppliers is low could be categorized as a weakness to Sime Darby Berhad in form of their marketing factor. In a specific way, COVID-19 that is introduced as a new norm to society will make those suppliers shift their choice to supply products to a new receiver who could offer the best price. This is because Malaysia has been affected severely during the pandemic, and most of the suppliers for this particular company comes from other countries that clearly can manage their country way better during pandemic in certain aspects. Not to mention, the political tensions between Malaysia and India hampered demand from the latter, which that influenced other parties to choose other company that can give better service. They also have weakness in form of management, since they have shortage of workers due to pandemic, and Sime Darby Plantation even have extended a rare invitation to Malaysians to fill various on-site oil palm plantation jobs, including harvester position across Malaysia. Due to unavailability of foreign workers to work during the pandemic, this pandemic is obviously has been a major changer for these sectors. As what have been stated by plantation sector analysts, Malaysian oil palm planters rely significantly on foreign workers who dominate for about 70% of the total workforce. Next, let's take a look at opportunities that can be grabbed by Sime Darby Berhad. The first opportunity that they may grab can be looked in form of its demographic or environmental factor. That is the trend of where the customers migrating to higher end products. When there is a number of people who migrate to Malaysia, they will automatically need house, car or vacancy to fit in this country. They can provide such thing because when there is demand on property or their automotive, their production will be increased and result to profitability. Moreover, it represents a significant opportunity as they have good brand recognition in the premium market in form of technological, As a modern company, they have huge opportunity in dominating their operation by having the best technology. Darby Berhad will be able to deliver new offerings to customers as what they have done when across their estates and mills by increasing the use of mechanization and digitalization. For example, they use an innovative precision agriculture tools like satellite imagery using drone technology to improve palm counting accuracy and detect problematic or underperforming regions in their plantations. The third one is they have supports by government and other parties, which that describes they have opportunity in form of political, legal and governmental. As a proof that they gain support from government, Darby Berhad is actually under control of the Malaysian government because the majority of its shareholders are government-owned corporations. Pemodalan Nasional Berhad, which owns 50.4% of the shares, is the dominant stakeholder as of August 2016. Furthermore, there is also third party who agreed to have a collaboration on which is COFCO Group, which their headquarters is located in China, to work together on a number of palm oil related projects in 2018. For the next aspect, which is threat, Darby Berhad is most likely having threat in facing pandemic of COVID-19 that falls under economic factor. Pandemic is not something that they can control as it spreads to every country, not to deny that they still try to have collaborations with regional and worldwide technology partners to develop new biomass projects, particularly those involving oil palm trunks. However, the pandemic prevents them to have a proper meeting, which led them to not have a physical meeting. Not just that, but their board of directors had to contribute for about 10% of their fees to their lower income employees in order to help them to not feel the burden too much during pandemic. Next, in form of social factor, the threat is saturation in urban market and stagnation in rural markets. Those who stay in rural area are not easy to influence them due to reason that they are not too exposed with the trend, which that leads them to not have demand on certain products, and later, number of production being released in rural area is lesser than urban market. Second, because the huge distances and lack of infrastructure, it is more expensive for Darby Berhad to serve rural customers than urban ones. This leads Darby Berhad to just focus more on urban market rather than rural market, since those who stay in rural market choose to stay in their circle, which is keep their traditional way. Last but not least is the worldwide problems that happens from other countries that falls under category of political, legal, governmental factor. If there is misunderstood that could lead to unsatisfied that may occur between both parties, the problems may arise in form of import activity or export activity. For example, if the logistic division in China that located in Shandong province, China is having problem, they cannot proceed their shipping to customers, or suppliers who stay in Northeast China, Southern China, East Asia and Southeast Asia due to the fact that there is restraint that being made either from first party or second party. Also, exchange rate is also matters. Factors such as liquidity risk, operational risk and credit risk can all have an impact on a company performance. That is all for SWOT analysis of Darby Berhad. For the next part, I will pass to the next presenter.
As a conclusion, YSD should be held accountable for their CSR activities because their action and decision can affect a community or society in positive ways, since they contribute to community in so many ways. CSR activity that being made by YSD is enhance the name or image of Darby Berhad. As a result, people will keep on buying the company's product, where later it will increase the sales of the company. This later will result to increasing their market share, where at the end they will be able to keep their CSR activity on track and sustain to keep on contributing to community from time to time. After all, it is all started from CSR activity that definitely brings the results to maximizing customer satisfaction. That's all from me. Thank you.